it's your girl Missniecytv, and I'm here to do a review for Sistas Season 6, Episode 5. The episode starts off with the girls still at Andy's house, and Karen telling them that she found out who the baby's father is, and she wants to call them and tell them first before she tells the girls. But the girls are pressuring her to tell them. And Danny's like, is it Zach or is it Aaron's? Karen's like, I'm not telling you. But I feel as though if it was Zach's baby, she'd be up here hooping and hollering. The girls asked, how were you able to find out who the father was? She said, through the prenatal DNA test. My thing is, you were supposed to go there to get checked out for smoke inhalation and other, to see if you were harmed anywhere else, and to check on the baby, because y'all were in the fire. How did y'all get on the DNA test? Please make that make sense. Thank you. After the girls leave, Gary calls Andy to see if he could come over and try to get some boom boom. And Andy tells him, I've been smoking and I've been drinking, so I'm not very mindful of the things that I might say or do. So just be prepared. He's like, oh well, I'm on my way. Anyway, then we get Sabrina and Danny in the car, and they're having a conversation. Danny is high out of her mind, so she's not clear on things that she's saying. And then she starts talking, and she says, I don't want to go home to any drama. Sabrina's like, what drama? And then Danny's like, forget I said anything. But then Danny goes, I have a hunch that Aaron's the father of the baby. Sabrina's like, how do you know? It could be Zach. Danny's like, I'm very sure that it's Aaron's. And we have Pam calling Karen to check on her, and she says, see, I didn't start the fire. The fireman said that it started in the back, so I'm not responsible, and it wasn't the curlers. She's like, Pam, I know that, but you still left the curlers on. She's like, you're not gonna fire me, are you? Then Karen's like, where are you gonna work? I don't have a salon anymore. Pam's like, you better ask Zach for the money. She's like, how am I going to do that? She's like, just call the man. But my thing is, Pam keeps pressuring Karen to call Zach. And knowing that this is going to cause problems in his relationship, but she doesn't care because she just needs her job back. But I'm like, but she asked a valid question. She's like, what happened to the $77,000 that Zach gave you? Karen's like, I used it when I didn't have clients to get my clients back, and that's also the reason why I don't have insurance, because when Isaiah took all my clients, my insurance lapsed. Then we have Calvin and Maurice. Maurice is walking into his house, he sees Calvin sitting on his bright orange couch, and then Calvin's like, you like the couch? I got it out my storage. Maurice is like, I don't like this ugly thing. It looks like the Rainbow Coalition up in here. You might as well call me Mariah, because it's so much clearer. Calvin's like, you better be grateful. Then Maurice is like, I went to go see Q and he's going to confess to everything. Calvin's like, I tried to beat him up before. Do you think that worked? Maurice is like, you tried to beat him up, but you didn't do too much, because he was still twirling and stuff. Then Maurice asked Calvin, how are you going to pay the rent? He's like, yeah, I'll pay the rent and I'll feed you, but I won't do anything else. We have Preston going over to Zach's house to talk to him about how he's feeling and how Zach treated Fatima at the salon earlier. Zach is like, what are you doing here? Preston's like, I just came to talk to you. Zach is like, do you know what time it is? And you should have called first. What did Danny tell you about coming to people's house unannounced? Preston's like, look, when you was doing all that stuff to Karen and hooping and hollering and hugging and caressing, Fatima's face looked very pissed, and that's not a face that you want your woman to have. So Zach is like, you was concerned about Fatima's face and we all thought that Karen was dead. Preston's like, no, but that's something that you should be concerned about, because this is not going to be a pretty sight for you. Then Zach is like, well, she's just gonna have to get over it, because I thought Karen died. I'm like, how can everybody see your woman's face but you? Everybody's concerned about your woman's feelings but you. All you could think about yourself. I'm like, really? Do you even love Fatima the way you say you do? Or do you just love her because she brought out a better side of you at the time that you didn't know you had? I have Gary and Andy talking, and we finally get the scene that we've been waiting for like 4 seasons now. And Gary says something, and Andy goes, "We're not in a relationship, and I don't even know why I'm still here." She goes, "Oh, I'm still here because you provide me with the best. And that's the only reason we're still here, because you don't do anything else but provide me with that good motion in the ocean." And I'm like, you finally got some sense. Then she starts telling Gary the truth about how big Robin is and how she missed her college friend because her college friend treated her better than Gary ever will, and all this other stuff. But I'm finally glad that even though she was under this substance, she finally set some boundaries with Gary and finally got some sense and let him know that she's worth more, and that he can't keep controlling her and treating her the way that he does. But my thing is, why do you want to constantly touch on this man after you tell the man that he's not your type, that Robin's bigger than he is, and that you miss your college friend? Andy proposes the idea of friends with benefits. Gary agrees to it because he just wants to be around Andy. Aaron goes over to Karen's house to talk to her about everything that happened and how she feels after the fire, and how he's sorry for bringing Jennifer up to the salon and causing that scene. And Karen's like, "You must have really done something really crazy, because there's no way that the lady could act that crazy over it." Then Karen says, "How long were you talking to her?" Then he goes, "We weren't talking that long, but we were talking because you didn't know what you wanted to do." So Karen goes, "Just because I didn't know what I wanted to do, you started talking to her?" Karen goes, "You didn't want me. What am I supposed to do?" But my thing is, Karen, right? You want him to want you when you want him to want you, not when he wants you. Make that make sense. How are you going to tell the man that he can't talk to nobody, but you don't want him right now because you don't know how you feel? If delusional was a person, it would be Karen for real. Karen tells Karen that they found the man, that they identified him as James Taylor something, and he's going to help her rebuild the shop. Karen's like, "No, you don't have to do that because I already got the money." Then Aaron's like, "I could at least help you organize." Karen's like, "No, I don't want you and I don't want this." Well, Aaron's like, "I love you," and Karen goes, "Thank you." Then we have Zach on the phone talking to Karen after Karen calls him after Aaron leaves, and Karen's like, "I'm surprised you took my call because I thought you hated me." Zach is like, "I don't hate you, Karen. I love you." Then they have a conversation like true love birds that just are hopeless romantics. And then Karen's like, "I see how you looked at me today." Then Zach is like, "How did I look at you?" Karen goes like, "You love me?" Then Zach goes, "That's obvious." And Karen goes, "That's obvious to everybody." Then Karen asked about Fatima, and they was really having a conversation like they were two lovebirds. And Zach tells your voice, and Karen's just eating this up, and she's gonna take whatever Zach does and says to her right now and run with it. Zach is sitting there and having a conversation like Karen is actually his girlfriend, and disregarding the fact that he has a whole fiance. This is not a conversation that you're supposed to have with someone when you have a fiance. Fatima catches Zach telling Karen that he loves her, and Fatima's just standing there in disbelief like, "Really? Did this nigga really say this?" Then Karen doesn't get the hit that Fatima's standing there, so she keeps talking, but then she realizes, so she keeps instigating the conversation. Like, "Do y'all both want to be wearing black and being caskets?" Because that's what it seems like y'all both want to be where y'all want to be right now. My thing is, Fatima, if it was me, I'd be packing up my stuff, calling the movers, taking my ring off, not coming back, because you deserve better. Take your pictures and your plans and move on. Play some Jasmine Sullivan, I bust the windows out your car. Way better than you're being treated. And if he doesn't recognize your feelings now, imagine if y'all really get married. But this is my thing. You was there for him through the situation with his son and everything else that Karen put him through, and you gonna do you like that for real? Y'all really need to separate for real this time and teach him a lesson and show him that you don't know a good thing until it's gone. Don't sit there and let this man treat you like this. Go and go now while you can. And also return those car keys on your way out. Zach, you say you're in therapy. Did Dr. Reed not teach you anything? Did Dr. Reed not teach you the signs and how to recognize when your partner is feeling a certain way? And how to deal with it? And not to treat her like a second option like you always do? Let me know what you guys think about the situation. Let me know what you guys think about the episode. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!